Today I want to highlight two types of releases and help you understand which one is best for your game. Okay, so you've got the body release and you've got the wrist release or the hand release. Okay, two very different types of golf swings. Okay, so the first thing we want to really understand is what is the release. So the release is essentially from halfway down to halfway through. Okay, again from this angle, halfway down to halfway through. And it's understanding which one is best for you. And it's largely related to what the club face is doing. Okay, so we see both types on the tour. I would say it's trending more towards the body release. Okay, and typically what we find is it's getting the matchup between what the club face is doing and then what the body and what the hands and arms are doing. Okay, so if we start off with that body release, we generally see that in guys that have slightly stronger grips, and we know that when the grip's stronger, the club face is a little bit more closed. Okay, so as we're taking that club back, it's generally going to be facing down a bit more, and then as we're coming into this delivery position, again it's square to closed. Okay, so that's kind of matching my spine angle. So from that position there, what we see in guys that have more of a body release is we see a lot more rotation, we see the hips and the body unwinding, and we see that the hands and arms are much more passive through the shot. Okay, so it's very much driven by the hips, driven by the body, with minimal face rotation. We see that a lot in a lot of the modern day golfers now. Guys that are looking for distance, but really trying to stabilize that club face throughout the swing. Okay, we think of guys like Tommy Fleetwood that are very much in this kind of held off position where they're sort of trying to hold that face off. I would say that's more of a body release. Okay, so anyone that generally is square to closed are in that kind of bracket. Okay, and then if we think of the sort of wrist release or the hand release, well, again, if we're thinking about this sort of halfway down to halfway through, this is guys that are generally a little bit more open in that sort of delivery position where you've got the toe facing up, and there has to be an amount of squaring action from not only the body but from the hands as well. So that we see a lot more release from the hands kind of coming through, palm kind of working down a little bit earlier to try and square that face off and then through. Okay, you'd see it certainly in guys generally have a slightly weaker grip where that face does get open and they're trying to square it off. Certainly when I was growing up, Ernie Els was a big one for that. You would see Ernie, big wide swing, but then you would see quite a lot of release action through there. Luke Donald was another one, quite a lot of release in there. But really, you would look at all those guys, they're all world-class players, and it's really understanding what's best for you and what you're looking for as well. Okay, so guys that are probably looking for a bit more control, working on that body, someone that's maybe a little bit more closed, trying to get the body working harder, getting that face nice and stable. And you'll see there that left arm is very much more on top of the club coming through. Guys that are maybe more in that open position, certainly get it with guys looking for distance where it's a little bit more open and they're trying to release it a bit more and trying to create a bit more speed. You might see that as well. Also, it could differ, if you're off the tee and you're wanting to get a bit more speed, a bit more release with the hands there, that can certainly help. But then in the irons where you're looking for accuracy, it's more body, trying to control it, trying to get that butt end kind of matching the body on the way through. So two very distinct types of swings, both can be effective, but make sure you've got the right one for you. As always guys, if you would like a more tailored approach to your coaching, to your lessons, hit me up on Skillest. I'd be more than happy to help out and work together to help you achieve your goals. Look forward to seeing you again very soon.